Hello everybody, welcome back to PadFootTD Games. My name is Zach, I'm the voice behind the icon, and today we are here again with the Britannic, Patroness of the Mediterranean. And it is time for us to continue our tour of the exterior of the ship. Now I'm really excited about this because now we get to go down to the bow, all the, the famous moments of standing at the bow or looking back, etc. All those famous moments, all two that I was able to actually list here. Let's continue on our way. I just realized that these 2x6s that they have here are actually temporary. They're slid in here. Again, guys, I've said it once. I'm gonna say it again. Come on!
They've gutted it.
Yeah, I know, Robin. Yeah, Robin.
The beautiful wood panel, young man. Questionable blue flooring.
Yes. You've got to make it where people actually have to make contact with the door. Not just by happening to walk by it.
Now the real question is, how
now we can
did
listen to
I
Robin
end
here
up
again.
here?
I'll talk to you guys at the bow.
There I was in Naples.
Head down to the bow, all the way down, and A, B, and a C. The number on the red sign under the bridge is the ship's transport identification number. Britannic served 2 tours with the British Navy as a hospital ship. For the first tour, she was numbered G608. For her second and final tour, she was numbered G618. Right there, clearly visible. Let's head on down the ramp and actually be able to just take a look around. Beauty, beauty, beauty. All right. Cowl vents like these provided simple ventilation for various rooms below. In a departure from the design of the Olympic and Titanic, hatches 2 and 3 were extended high above the forward well, deck, and stairs were added between them to grant direct access to third-class space below, which kind of makes sense in terms of water and size and storage. So that's interesting. Another one. Mushroom, or French head, that's funny. Vents like these provided simple ventilation for rooms below. Up the stairs we go. Now, I find it very interesting that we've got a ladder and a stair. Curious on the design idea there. Let's pop ourselves up here. Crew galley skylights. Again, we can kind of see inside. Nice, nice. Fair lid roller, used to guide ropes during warping operations. Wire reel, a spool of wire for use in warping the ship during docking.
Interesting how unchanged the forecastle is from the first 2 ships of the Olympic class. I suppose there's no need to change it. This isn't a passenger space.
Except this is where I want to be. That's the problem. Okay. This and the other 2 steam winches were used for lifting heavy cargo on board. Oh, we got to get over this splash guard here. Okay. Thought I saw something. Didn't. Keep on walking. Cargo hatch number 1. Capstan, a rotating drum powered by steam engines below deck, used to handle ropes and cables during warping operations. Let's continue on. Man, look at the size of these. These windlasses are driven by steam engines below the forecastle deck. Come on, I can talk. Come on, I got this. Were used to lower and raise the 2 main anchors on the ship. Mooring bit, used to secure ropes and other lines during docking and other operations. Fair lead rollers. Oh, come on. It's only like 8 o'clock in the morning. Come on. Anchor chain. Nice, I guess. Okay. It's kind of... Oh, it's holding it in place. That's what it's doing. Okay. So undo the turnbuckle. Then... release. So I gather this is another locking mechanism. Because it has to be released from here. Goes down and around. Okay, so we're learning. That's all the stuff that I like to take in here. This was one of the 3 main anchors on the Olympic-class ships. The center anchor was kept in this well and deployed using the anchor crane directly aft. This was a difficult procedure and was rarely done. I'm assuming it's this little itty-bitty crane. I don't think so. I don't feel like this could use it. I don't think you'd put it way back there, so I don't know. Maybe it's strong enough. It just doesn't Doesn't look it. Let's take a walk up here, have our moment, which I take to heart because I love going up to any furthest forward part of the ship that I possibly can. And just enjoying. There goes that boat that Robin didn't tie. It's going to make it back to land here in a bit. Maybe they'll never notice. All right, hop on down. Continue our walk back. We've seen this already. Yep. We've seen all the mooring pieces. What's this? Capstan control valves used to operate the 4 capsules on these decks. What's this one, though? Portable telephone box. This box and pedestal, which contain a phone, could be moved to the other sockets on the deck when needed. Okay. Now I kind of want to look around for these ports. That's fascinating. Well, there's your first mobile phone, everybody. Right there. Nice. That's cool. That's neat. All right. Let's keep on walking back. For heavy cargo. Got a splash here. Let's see. Whoop. Kedge anchor used to warp the ship when movement is needed in tight spots. It was deployed by lowering it to a lifeboat and dropping it overboard in the needed location. Seems safe. I just wonder how heavy this is. This has got to be heavy, right? I don't know. Keep on walking. Continuing on, the foremast, the ship's crow's nest was located high above the deck on this mast, and the nest was accessed via a door on the sea deck and climbed a ladder up the inside of the mast. A derrick was attached to the aft side of the mast for lifting cargo. So if we think about this, oh god, so you climb out up the inside here, which just seems crazy tight, and then I really wonder how long were your shifts? How long were you up there? Just seems cold and kind of boring. Cargo hatch number 2. Okay, we're gonna cheat over here. What's that one? Oh, cargo hatch number 3. Okay, I didn't think it was anything special. Jump, Robin. You have a great jump, my friend. You have a great bound, like a bunny rabbit you are. Let's continue our journey on, shall we? Let's see anything to kind of poke around through here. Nothing. Let's head back up. 1 deck, and of course, there's the number. Let's try here on the starboard side first. Again, the green indication lights that go around. I love the little boxes they're in. While this B-deck promenade was eliminated on the Titanic and later the Olympic, it was partially brought back in Britannic's design. For its hospital conversion, the promenade was turned into an officer's ward with beds and privacy curtains. Let's take a look in. Yeah, compared to the luxury that was inside. Whoo-wee. Even flowing curtains. Nice detail. Again, fighting off to war, being injured, worried about. Are you going to survive? Ugh, what a shot. As we head through, out the door. Let's continue on B deck. I assume we're going to have the same thing on the other side, but I want us to go and take a look anyways. We got a couple information over here. In order to distinguish Britannic as a non-hostile hospital ship to potential enemy warships at night, Britannic was fitted with several lighting features to make her stand out. One feature was the band of green lights along B deck. We'd seen these on the outside already, but it's just really nice to be able to see them up close again. Great ideas, great trying. While this B-deck promenade was eliminated on the Titanic and later the Olympic, it was partially brought back. Oh yeah, we've already done that one. Too stuck into reading anything that gets placed in front of me. Let's continue on down here. Nothing to see, nothing new. Okay, a bunch of quarters. These look like, yeah, so they're nameplates, but there's nothing written on them. Interesting. So you got your own cubby for your own storage as you are brought home or brought to war. Yippee for that one. Let's head up to A deck, shall we? Ooh, A deck. Go up to A deck. Thank you. For hospital service, this promenade was closed off at one end and made into a ward for officers, complete with beds and privacy curtains. This feels strange. All right, coming on down. Anything new to see here? No, but it's much longer. Don't touch that door. I don't trust any doors. Stay away from any doors that you possibly can. Again, just all through the ward service to fit as many people and help as many people in this time of crisis as possible. Let's continue on down. Let's head starboard side to see, again, what a beautiful view at night. No modern cruise liner can ever match the beauty of this kind of sailing. Okay. Same thing. Let's see if there happens to be anything new here. We got heaters installed on the wall, which is actually really interesting because that definitely looks like a temporary pipe for all the heating elements that are through here. So that's actually very interesting in my mind. Again, nothing fitted out, bare basic, and this definitely seems like a burlappy kind of material on the ground. Of course, you've got people bleeding and everywhere. What's also very interesting.
I'm counting an additional expansion joint. Does this ship have 3, 4? These seem to be of a different design too.
Well, there you go, Robin. That would have been good for us when we were up top, but below deck, yes, we've already read that. What's also really nice, besides all the detail that's obviously here, you'll see that this is wider. There's a second set of beds here. It is actually wider in the ship design as well. So that'll be very interesting to see when we're able to walk the ship as the way it was actually intended. But there you go for A deck. Our next step is actually to go back. Once more, we're going to have to go up to the boat deck for this one.
Perfect for shooting up any inbound torpedoes. Why, I wish I could have a crack at that, but without any repercussion when I mess it up.
Good to have dreams, Robin. Let's go. Yeah, so we're going to head back here. Head aft all the way to the stern. And we're going to check out everything that's back there. The only thing that I know that is back there is the morgue.
Those new gantry davits really do loom over us.
Yeah, I know. You already said that, though. That's the thing. And then we got kicked because we got too close to a door. All right. Enough of my rage. Let's go down this new staircase that wasn't here before. Excuse me. And let's start over here. Britannic was intended to have sliding doors to the palm courts, port and starboard, but the hospital ship conversion took place before these could be installed. Instead, a simple hinged door was placed on the starboard side. Bummer that's only one. Again, you can kind of see inside. Looking very, very nice. Let us take a walk down the promenade. Within these windows is the significantly redesigned first-class smoking room. I would like to be able to see in there, my friend. At least get a little taste, I should say. The oddly shaped torpedo vents above provided passive ventilation for the ventilation for the acclimation mentor room. Typos, I feel. Or I'm just not reading it right. 100% possible, too. But that is very interesting shape. Again, amazing where engineering has gotten us to. Unlike the two that were on the Olympic Titanic, Britannic had 3 expansion joints. This was upstairs. We don't need that. Through here is the aft first-class entrance, also called the Grand Staircase. Oh, dear. Please tell me you could at least put shades up, because this is somebody's room. Just walking by and be like, "Hey, Tim, how you doing? Having a good day?" Yeah, that's what I thought. That's weird. All right, continue on. This was the sneaky staircase that when we were up top I said didn't want to go down yet. Oh, lights are off. I was trying to catch you in time. I'll tell you what I was talking about in a second. By the time Britannic was converted to the hospital ship, these lounge windows had yet to be cut and installed. Like many intended features, they were left out for the hospital ship.
Someone was playing games here recently. The medical staff must do all sorts of exciting things to keep themselves occupied on the outbound voyages. It must be great to have fun.
You're so sad, Robin. Also, I don't see any indication of games. So I don't know where he's getting this. But the Britannic Hospital Service for the Britannic's hospital service. The lounge may have been divided into smaller medical rooms with skylights installed to provide light. For hospital service, these temporary bulkheads were erected to enclose the forward promenades so they could be used as officer wards. Again, a small little detail that seems to be overthought was overlooked. There we go. That's the word we're looking for. We got it. Proper English. Is here in promenades, the S is clipping through the sign. Now again, for Titanic Honor and Glory, I find that this is fine. But for this, I feel like that should have been caught. You know what I mean? Either smaller font, move the whole paragraph over slightly. It's not cutting through that much. Again, I can see why I don't want to put it down below, but when it's a paid game, I feel like this might be something that was a little missed. Again, I'm not trying to bash the game. I'm not a game reviewer. I'm not attempting to be. But, you know, when you actually pay for something, when, you know, the free version seems to be a little bit better, you know, that's just my opinion. Let's continue on. In order to provide high visibility for the Britannic's status as a hospital ship, 2 sets of arc lamps were attached on the port and starboard sides, and were swung out at night to illuminate the large red crosses on the hull. Now, we'd seen this when we did the full exterior view. I was hoping to actually come over and see if this was actually animated, but we had just missed it by the time it came over. I assume it just snaps back. But we did see it extended. We did see it lit up when we were on the outside. That will finish it here on the starboard side. Let's walk over to the port side and find out what else we've got here. Now, it's amazing that they'd probably put casings or something on this to hide some of this piping. I'm assuming. I haven't seen it yet. But on modern ships, it's just painted white and exposed, so I find that kind of funny. Britannic was intended to have sliding doors on the palm court. You've got the one that's just over there. What's this door? This room was used for ventilation fans. Due to the change on the Britannic, this room was very different from Titanic and Olympic, with half-size vents and the altered window positions. Interesting. Now I feel like we're going to go back on the Titanic, but we can't walk the deck yet. Continuing onward, stop the rambling. The smoke room. Anything different, guys? No, doesn't seem anything yet. Some chairs out for relaxation. The bulkheads through here. The lights. Nothing new. I just figured you might as well check it all while you're coming through. Let us walk on down. See what other trouble we can get into here at the stern of the ship. Alright, we got a couple more up here. What do we got? This stairway is not on the Titanic, but was added to the Britannic in the design phase and installed later on the Olympic. What's really interesting about this, again, is just to separate class from second and third. So you got first, second, and third, all having their own spaces, but you do not want the intermingling. So you stop with staircases, walls, gates, horrible, horrible things that cause many deaths. Alright, cowl vents like these provided simple ventilation. Main mast of the rear. Vents like this were used to ventilate the interior. A centrifugal fan driven by motors inside casing. Electric engine room. Okay, same thing here. Did I miss anything? Did we catch it all? We good? Down we go. This door leads to the aft second class entrance. Let's continue through. We got a lot of venting. These doors led to cargo hatch number 4, which is actually 2 hatches on the port and starboard sides. Unlike Titanic and Olympic, these hatches were fully enclosed and trunked on the Britannic. There's our green lights again. Whoop. Portable boarding ramps were stored on the port and starboard sides. These were lowered and suspended next to boarding doors to allow quick and easy boarding for small boats. Now that was how Robin actually got in the ship. If you notice, the little boat is gone because this is where it was tied up. It is gone forever now. These doors would lead to the forward second class entrance. You've got your green lights. Everything looking very sharp. Fourth expansion joint was added on the Britannic. Aft well deck was enclosed in order to offset the additional rigidity created by the structure. Cargo hatch number 5. I'm gonna use it as a walkway. Come on over. Anything on this side before we head further backwards? I do not believe so. We can actually see one of the boarding ramps is actually tied up to the side of the ship right here. ready to be deployed as needed. Let's head on down. Let's head on back, shall we? Again, coming to wire reel. Again, all mooring capabilities. Ventilation. Cargo winch. Keep on going. Let's keep... Ooh, yep, same thing, same thing. In order to distinguish the green lights. Yep, continuing. Lottery door. Where do you go? Great tile, by the way.
Ah, splendid. I was beginning to think that they wouldn't be able to handle interior and exterior locations in a single build.
Okay, that was a fourth wall break, Robin. Thank you. Okay, so we've got a little bit of inside to look at. What do we have here? This door leads to what would have been the third-class general room. Britannic served as an ocean liner, but instead serves as Britannic isolation ward. Okay, so we're down in, like, the medical of the ship. A water fountain, version 1, apparently. Take a step through. Thermal tanks like this one, supplied air. This doorway leads to what would have been the second-class promenade, but instead served as the RAMC parade ground. It is from the promenade that Britannic's engineers jumped from the sinking ship, being the last known people to abandon her. Huh. This room was intended to be the second-class gymnasium. Again, things that you never learned. Centrifugal fans. Yep. Okay. Oh, wait. These ones led down to the lavatory and baths. The aft well deck on the Olympic Titanic. This deck was open with low hatches and had a different layout. On the Britannic, it was enclosed to give third class a promenade that was protected from the elements. Again, adapting and evolving as these three ships came out, which is just neat to see. You know what I mean? What worked? What didn't? Let's fix it. Continue on through. I gather that's the same thing. Going back inside, kind of. Whoop. Up through. Story leads to what had been the hospital. The Britannic served as the ocean liner. Instead, serves as the isolation ward again.
Why these ropes? To what end are they sectioning off parts of the ship from me? The ship is here. I demand to see it all.
I would love that, Robin. 100% would. If once the Titanic is probably done, the Britannic will probably come afterwards. An update to the game. So that's hopeful. I can't make any promises there whatsoever. These stairs down led to what would have been the Britannic's third-class cabins when serving as a liner, but instead served as wards. This area would have been served as third-class entrance for passengers. Well, there you go. A little bit of the inside, a little bit of fourth wall break. That's all good. Let's head back outside. These windows led to the third-class smoke room, significantly enlarged from what was on the Olympic and Titanic. It was moved up a deck to accommodate the expanded space. Again, mooring pieces. Don't need to worry about those. We've already seen them. Toggle the boxes. We're a little late for that. Mooring bites. Okay. Let's continue this way. Port and starboard are... to the port and starboard are the skylights for the steering room engines. They provided light and air as well as a space for the high cylinders of the steering engines that drove the massive rudder. I'd like to be able to see inside those. I wish one of them was actually open, to be honest. This unidentified structure was a temporary addition to the Britannic and may have had something to do with the morgue. Again, British Navy. Alright, let's pop on over here. Captain control valves used to operate the 4 captains on the deck. And right here. This temporary structure, located far from accommodations, was Britannic's morgue, built exclusively for the ship's hospital services, which just makes me sad. Like, yes, it's part of war. That's what war is all about, but every ship's got one, and that's an eerie feeling. Well, let's climb some stairs, shall we? Wow, this looks a lot more organized than what it was going to look like. Alright, we got the boxes, we've got rafts. So this deck was originally intended to become the location of the aft set of gantry davits and lifeboats. The war and conversion hospital ship cut these plans short. Instead, sets of Willen quadrant davits were installed, and possibly some rafts were kept on this deck right here. Now, I heard through the grapevine that during the sinking scene, these rafts will actually move. So the ship comes alive. My assumption is don't be in the way. Alright, let's pop on back here. Very large open space considering what the builder's model would look like. Sun has now officially set. We will finish up the day. Docking telegraph. The docking bridge allowed for steering navigation while in port and docking at piers. And the helm had a direct connection to the steering engine. Other instruments were included: a compass, telegraphs, and a telephone as well. Well, there's your mobile phone, everybody. One more time, as we have finished the available tour of the exterior of the Britannic. What an amazing journey this has been, and I'm kind of sad that it's coming to an end. But hey, we still get to jump in and walk around it as the sailing liner that it was intended to be. So just excited to continue this journey with you guys, and I hope that you are as well. If you guys enjoy what you saw, we do try to post a video on this channel every day, and if you want to follow us on Instagram, the link's down there in the description below. But I really do appreciate you guys coming out to this one, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.